Welcome back to episode 94 of 5 Minutes of X. Mutants have survived extinction level events. We can survive being a little over 5 minutes. I'm reading every mutant comic Mar-Vell ever made, month by month, and this week I actually don't know what's going on here. Can someone help me? Only 1 month to cover this episode and only one book, sort of. The X-Men number 71 was released on May 25th and reprinted the X-Men number 20. This reprint cover is a retouched and colored version of the original, and it's subtle enough that it would rival a Highlights magazine spot the difference page from your childhood's doctor's office. I honestly think that they shouldn't have touched it. It's just so subtle, but there was probably some cost-saving thing going on there, like residuals or whatever. That also doesn't track though, because Werner Roth did the OG cover of this, and he'd get paid either way since he did the interior. I don't know. Anyway, we covered this particular issue in 5 Minutes of X, number 31. All right, so the book that we're reviewing this episode is the Avengers number 90, which was released on May 11th, 1971, and was written by Roy Thomas and drawn by Sal Buscema. So we open with Intergalactic Sentry number 459 attacking the hospital room where Vision has recovered from his power transfer to Captain Mar-Vell. But Mar-Vell is still chilling on the biobed healing. This robot doesn't want to kill anyone, but Mar-Vell. And actually he changes his mind after a few panels from wanting to kill Mar-Vell to wanting to just capture him. Scarlet Witch drops a ceiling down on the mechanical menace. But this robot will not be stopped. Quicksilver and Vision take a beating, and Mar-Vell gets taken. Before the Avengers can give chase, though, Carol Danvers, future Captain Marvel, but not yet superhero, she stops them to get a report from each. Oddly, they stop and oblige, even though they don't know her, and she doesn't seem to have any real authority. Rick Jones shares some exposition that was covered in some Thor and some Fantastic Four books regarding the Kree and the Inhumans. That is a crazy long history already in the Marvel timeline, but suffices to say here that there's a never-ending space war, and sometimes Earth gets a little like splashed by the conflict. This is kind of one of those with Mar-Vell, who is involved in that particular war. But none of that really matters in this moment, because when Wanda, Vision, and Pietro get back to Avengers HQ, there's a message that Goliath has left to help Janet and Hank Pym. We get a fun Jarvis bit where the team rushes past him, spilling tea everywhere before we go off to the next adventure. And even if these plots weave back into each other, we're 10 pages in and now need more exposition in the Arctic. So here we get Janet, the chick that plays the Wasp, telling the story of how she lost her husband, the guy that we used to call Goliath before it was taken by Hawkeye. Pym is now going by Yellow Jacket. It's honestly just tiring, all the name changes. Anyway, as part of their work, they shrunk down to go searching for a lost outpost and came across what appears to be a small circular savage land, although it's not the savage land. This is another warm place in the Arctic, however. Before Wanda and Pietro and Vision can get there, Goliath heads to the warm place. But as he does, he reminds us that he can't work with women. It's 1971. Can we just get past this crap? I don't know. It's so funny. So in this warm place, Goliath fights and wins against this super cool furry before being taken by Ronan and a robot from the beginning, the opening of the book. It's the same one. We find out that the warm place is actually called Tarzan City by the Eskimos, and when our mutant heroes plus Vision and Janet get there, Goliath's will has been zapped and he is fighting alongside the robot. They're told to leave, but do some punching instead. Meanwhile, in the base where Mar-Vell is being held, he is having a chit-chat with Ronan, who wants Earth reset to what it was 1,000,000 years ago, because he believes turning back Earth's clock will maintain the Kree way of life and preserve its history. We end this particular issue with the Avengers being attacked by Hank Pym, but mutated into a half-human monstrosity. He's been sort of like de-evolved. So the Avengers right now are trying to pull off a magic trick that I'm not sure it's capable of pulling off. It's trying to juggle multiple earth-shattering plots while the team continues to run in multiple directions at once. This sort of worked in the Van Lunt story arc, to a lesser degree, the recent Archon arc, but it's just kind of confusing here. Most of this issue I spent wondering if we were in the Savage Land, and my mind would start to wander and I would have to go back and reread pages. The art and dialogue are doing really well here. It's just the story is kind of a stinker. I have zero clue what Ronan is actually trying to achieve here, and I feel kind of like neither does Roy Thomas. I don't feel like this is his plotting, but I have no idea how much influence Stan had over this particular run of comics. Moira has logged this timeline along with all the others. Jordy.com is the website I made about mutants. We're all doing our best. New episodes Wednesdays at noon and Fridays at 4 p.m. Eastern. 46 months until Giant Size X-Men #1. Not that I am counting or anything.